Just when you came in February to now, just how do you feel like your game has kind of changed since coming under this program?
I think the mentality has probably stayed the same as far as playing hard. But I just think whatever the team need, for my role and try to space the floor out, be, try to guard every position I can. So for me, I try to, keep, stay true to myself, but whatever the team needed and whatever position they wanted me to be, I feel like I was ready.
Since coming over and then obviously dealing with the coaching change and all that sort of thing, how have you felt your relationship with Quinn has kind of grown over these few weeks?
Oh, it's been great. I trust him. It's been such a short time. I trust him with, how he's going to lead the franchise organization, me as a player. So, it's a blessing and a joy to be able to play for him. And I just think, sky's the limit, especially right now.
As far as what they've talked to you about working on this offseason, just kind of what have they tasked you with?
Continuing to first try to, continue to be a leader on and off the floor, continue to have the work ethic that I have and that they've seen, and still get better at each part of my game, and we're going to go more in depth, with that during the summertime. So it hasn't been like a strategic plan yet, but just continuing this to be more versatile and doing everything that I can do on the floor.
Saddiq, did Quinn remind you a lot of Jay Wright?
He does.
How so?
He's very, very basketball mind, very detailed. But just the way that I think of the game is kind of they're similar. Like you kind of want to run through a brick wall for them. They're players, coaches. They know how it feels. To be a player, what we think, what we see, also, knowing how to relate to us and knowing how to get us going as players. He does a great job of teaching the game while also coaching. So that's very underrated, and it helps players be able to see the game without feeling like they're just being coached. That he's really doing a good job of just kind of showing you and showing you how it works. So. They're very similar in that aspect.
Now that you got your first taste of the playoffs, A, what did you kind of just learn about what it takes to be there? And B, what do you think that next step is for this team to just not be a first rounder?
Right. First, be able to play was the first time. That was a blessing. Being able to play against a team, that many times, having to make those adjustments. Something I've never experienced before. So coming into it, I was just saying like I'm gonna play as hard as I can and just try to be the best I can be. But just knowing, how the game is officiated, how the intensity of it, certain matchups, possessions, like it's just certain things that, not being there, now I learned. But for next year, I think we all have been there now, had a chance, and we know how good we can be. And we had to just be, have a great summer and just come in knowing like we need to build off of this and try to be the best thing we can be.
So last summer you kind of went off the beaten path as part of your training program. Just what kind of plans do you have heading into this summer?
I'll probably be here a good amount. Definitely in the city. Working out, with the coaching staff here and get more integrated with the city and stuff like that. I'll definitely be around a lot and just, can't wait to continue to build camaraderie with coaches, the players, and just continue to get better.
What are you looking forward to learning about Atlanta?
Just everything. I mean, I've already been to a bunch of restaurants already, but just the culture, obviously, different areas to, either hang out or to see how I can, help in any way, whether that's, charity, whether that's, donations, whether that's, working camps or anything. I just want to just be more involved in the community. I feel like they have a great fan base, so definitely just want to try to be the best I can be off the court and try to help the city as much as possible.
And Saddiq, I wanted to ask you about the fans. They like you, and they're really excited to have you on the team. What has the fan reception been like for you, especially in the playoffs?
It's been amazing. Since the first day I stepped out, I felt the love, and it was just how, I always feel like I owe it, to myself, to the organization, to the franchise to play, as hard as I can, leave it all out there, but definitely, owe it to them as well, and the love that they show, each and every game, win, lose, draw, is something that I don't take for granted. So, just the love and how they pour into us is something I would definitely want to get back.
I know Allison asked you about the postseason, but just specifically, like when you get into these games and like the whistle dies and goes away, and there's just not as many calls. And do you feel like it plays to your strength of your game, where you have to make a play knowing that you're gonna have to play through whatever contact is there?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's I think my strength is my strength, if I would say that. So for me, it's like I feel like if they're not calling as many fouls, like I think that's more of a positive for me, because I'll be able to be more physical. But so when that whistle goes away, I actually like that a little bit more. But just learning how especially towards the end of the game, that's when it kind of happens. Towards the beginning of the game, I thought like there was gonna be no fouls just ever in the playoffs. Like I didn't know but then I realized that they do call fouls actually a lot. So I had to get adjusted to that, because I have this certain perception before, But now I'd be able to see like how they call, what time do they really look at fouls and stuff like that. So I have a better idea now than I thought I did.
You mentioned a couple of times the Joker was your favorite villain. Seeing Trey in Game 5 go into Boston and play that fourth quarter and just make the Boston crowd dead silent, what kind of villain potential does he have?
Yeah, he's he definitely has that about him, the archetype, I would say. Big shots, especially on the that's moment that you live for, and being able to see that, at hand, it was great to see it. I feel like we all try to embody that with him, but I've seen him for years, make shots like that and do things like that on the road, and I think that's what it's all about, moments like that. So it was good to see.
How much of a difference do you think it'll make, or what kind of impact will just being settled in Atlanta after your crazy couple months, being traded, playing for 4 head coaches in a week?
Yeah, it was a tumultuous year as far as that craziness. I can't wait to really get settled. I haven't even had a house yet. I've been in a hotel all season, so it's been weird, seeing other teams, players, and where I live now. So it's like the off the court was very unsettling, because I've been staying in a hotel, but being able to I think make it the home officially, and have somewhere to go and have somewhere to actually stay and stuff like that, I think will make it just feel more at home. But once I step into the gym, I think nothing that doesn't matter to me. I feel comfortable. I think I can't wait for the summertime to really feel that comfort off the court.
I was going to say, when does the house hunting start?
Yeah, it starts now. I mean, during the season, I wasn't really trying to focus on that. It was just too much extra. But now I got a little bit of time to figure that out. So I'll try to use my time for that.
Yeah.
How much time do you kind of just take away from the game completely and just escape, and what do you kind of do to kind of fill that void of basketball for a little bit?
It's tough. I've had that problem since I was a kid. I don't know, how much time I'll be able to really take off. Me and my agents always go battle about that all the time, or the rest. And it's just I just know that a couple of days from now I'm gonna be in my room just saying man, what am I doing? I need to get back on the court, So I just have to figure out how to find that other thing to do to take my mind off of it, but it ain't gonna be too long. I know myself. I'll be back in the gym before I know it.